So recently, I discovered the channel Brick Experiment channel on YouTube. He does lots of kind of mind-blowing experiments with Legos. His first few videos were about trying to lift as much weight as possible. Progress was measured with a lift scale, which we kind of got a replica of, by the way. He even got over 100 kilograms. Anyway, when I saw that, I immediately wanted to replicate that. So I got a Lego motor and some gears and pulley wheels, which in itself took a few weeks, by the way. And I set up a test rig. In this video, I used the gears to lift almost 30 kilograms. I think I can get even higher when I use the pulleys. So yeah, this is the second attempt at making a 27-to-1 gear ratio lift scale. Let's see. At some point it's gonna activate. When it actually starts lifting it, because it takes a while. Because it's being slowed down 27 times, remember? Basically, so there's a trade-off between speed and force when dealing with gears. So yeah. No, 12.7. That's not bad. 14 point something.
I did register on video.
14.1 kilograms. Okay, so this is a 25-to-1 gear ratio. Seems like a downgrade from the 27-to-1 gear ratio from before. 25-to-1 has less gears than 27-to-1, so it might be more stable. And also 25 is not much different from 27 as a number, so you can... I think it might be better. But we'll have to see. Let's actually try to run it. 2 kilograms. Oh, wow.
It's much better than the 27-to-1. Whee!
Okay, it's lifting itself off the ground now. At least trying to. Okay, this is where we get to see it. So, that string broke too. So you decided to use fishing line instead to try and do it. Okay, let's test this.
What if it will actually tear apart the
10. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the string, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to attach it to 2 of my gears, so that I can distribute the weight across 2 strings. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there, everyone. I'm kind of... Oh, it's coming. Okay, it's lifted. Okay, so it's starting to... Number is starting to increase.
Look at that!
I wasn't expecting.
That's a success. You're hoping to get to where?
Hoping to get to, like, for years I'm hoping to get to 50. And I haven't even got to the top of gear. We haven't even got to like 75 to 1 yet. So we have.
To the gear ratio, you mean?
So yeah.
Yeah, we're now at 25 to 1 gear ratio, and we got up to over 20 kilos when it broke.
Yeah, we're gonna need to. I'm gonna not write down the results though, because I'm gonna need to. Because I want to make sure that it happily stops before I write down the results. Because if I.
Yeah, but at 20 you could have stopped it.
No, I want to make sure that it.
That it stops on its own without breaking the...
That it stops without breaking. I just want to make sure that's going to happen, because otherwise I don't know.
And how can we ensure that? Get a better string? Do we need to get a better string yet?
Okay, so this is probably the zillionth time I said it, but yeah, I have a new string. This is unbelievable how much this. Okay, but anyway, it's all set up. Let's just turn it on. Okay, you can turn your focus on the numbers. I saw 21.4.
Yeah, me too.
21.4 kilograms. Yay, we finally have the results for 25 to 1. It's finally time to crank up the gear ratio. Let's...
So what's the next ratio
I think
you're
the
going
next
to
one is
try?
45 to 1.
Okay.
Okay, so I have upgraded the gear ratio to 45 to 1. It was 25 to 1 before, by the way. So let's do this. Focus on the number straight away, by the way, because it's pretty tight already.
Okay.
Let's roll. Is it winding or unwinding? I think it's winding.
I think it's winding. I can see it tightening. Got a record.
How much is it?
24.78.
4.8.
24.8.
Trick didn't break.
Wow, the scale was just levitating. 24.8. Anyway, so the result for 45 to 1 is 24.8 kilograms. Not much over the previous one. Okay, so the last one that I'll try is 75 to 1, and then I'll switch to pulley systems. So, okay, so this is the largest gear ratio we'll try in this routine, the 75 to 1. So, you can see I have 8-tooth gear and a 24-tooth gear, attached to an 8-tooth gear and a 40-tooth gear, attached to another 8-tooth gear and a 40-tooth gear. So, yeah. Focus on the number, as always, on the scale. So, okay, just swing it up, see if something happens.
28.3.
28.3. Oh wow.
Look how our construction is bending.
Yeah. 28.3.
I don't think it's gonna hold anymore.
Okay, this is the largest gear ratio I'll try in this routine. Afterwards, I'll try pulley systems. Okay, so I worked this out. So I derived a unit. So I derived a unit of. Well, okay. So speed is obviously meters per second. Force, I derived the unit that would like make sense in the SI unit system, which is is kilogram meters per second squared, which for the record is a Newton. And then power, I've also derived, is kilogram meters squared per second cubed. So we can plug that in. And, okay, so we have kilogram meters per second squared versus kilogram meters squared per second cubed. This is just kilogram meters per second squared times meters per second. Or in other words, kilogram meters per second squared, force, times meters per second, speed, equals kilogram meters squared per second cubed, power. So if power stays constant and the force increases, to compensate, the speed has to decrease.
So it's like a reverse proportion.
Yeah. Likewise, if the power stays constant, which it does, and the speed increases, the force in contrast has to decrease.
But in your case, the force increases the way you're lifting more and
so
more
the
weight.
speed has to decrease. So that's why it takes ages sometimes for it to, lift itself because it's pulling it with so much force that the speed is really slow.
And that's where you're adding more and more gears, slowing it more and more down.
Yeah.
Slowing it down more and more to make sure that it's going to lift an increasing weight.
Yeah.
All right.